What if I told you Venezuela isn't just a Latin America story, but could be a key piece on a global chessboard? Because when a major power talks about democracy, security, or stability, there's often another question underneath. Who controls energy? And today, that question can mean one thing: power. Welcome to The Explainer. No cheering, no slogans. We do something different here. We explain how power works and how it turns into money, resources, and geopolitical leverage. Today, Trump and Venezuela. Not to debate who you like or dislike, but to understand the strategic logic behind U.S. moves and why China is part of the picture. When people talk about Venezuela, they usually fall into two traps. The moral trap, good guys versus bad guys. The headline trap, focusing only on today's news. But if you want to understand what's really happening, you need three lenses. Lens 1, U.S. domestic politics, elections, approval, messaging. Lens 2, Latin America, migration, security, alliances. Lens 3, the global chessboard, energy, China, supply chains. And on Lens 3, Venezuela has a word that outweighs any speech: oil. Oil isn't just profit. It's inflation, transport costs, industry, political approval, stability. And most importantly, oil can become something that matters a lot in geopolitics. Leverage. Leverage means, if I control this flow, I can influence how other countries behave. And that takes us to the core of the analysis. In the real world, great powers don't think only in terms of friendship or values. They think in dependencies. The U.S. and its allies want to reduce critical dependencies. China has strengths and vulnerabilities. And one sensitive point, among others, is energy. If a major economy needs stable and predictable energy, whoever can affect access, routes, and volumes has influence. So the idea, as a strategic reading, not an absolute certainty, is Venezuela could become a useful piece to rebalance global energy power. People often jump straight to the extreme scenario: invasion, occupation, war. But in 2026, you often don't need that. There are more modern ways to exercise influence. Sanctions and licenses. Who can sell, to whom, and how. Market access. If you want dollars and banking access, you follow rules. Energy agreements. Volumes, pricing, destinations. Diplomatic pressure, coalitions, recognition, incentives. Industrial partnerships. Who invests, who operates, who benefits. These tools have a big advantage. They're politically sellable as stabilization and strategically useful for controlling flows. And this is where public narratives and real strategy can sometimes diverge. Important, I'm not saying values and human rights don't matter. I'm saying that for major powers, there are often two layers at once. The public layer, values, freedom, security. The operational layer, resources, routes, influence, competition. And the analyst's question is always, what's the measurable objective? Because promoting democracy is a phrase, but shifting energy flows, reducing dependencies, increasing bargaining leverage, those are measurable objectives. And when you look through that lens, Venezuela changes shape. It's not only a regional crisis, it becomes a potential strategic asset. So why does China keep showing up in this conversation? Because U.S.-China competition isn't only military. It's primarily economic and industrial. Microchips, rare earths, batteries, shipping routes, energy, currencies, and payment systems. If the U.S. wants more leverage, it looks for pressure points. If China wants less risk, it diversifies. In that game, every major energy reserve is more than barrels. It's insurance and a bargaining tool. Let's map 3 realistic scenarios, no fantasy. Scenario 1, managed normalization. The U.S. pushes for a framework where Venezuela partially re-enters markets, but with rules and controls that keep flows predictable and politically manageable. Scenario 2, pressure and instability. Economic and diplomatic pressure increases. Result, instability, energy price risk, and a dirtier informational environment. Scenario 3, a larger geopolitical deal. Wider agreements, energy in exchange for concessions, restructuring, guarantees. This is the deal-maker scenario, closer to how Trump likes to frame outcomes. None of these is guaranteed, but these are the corridors where strategy often moves. To understand which scenario is forming, don't watch speeches. Watch the indicators, licenses and exemptions, who can buy and sell, routes and destinations, where exports actually go, investments and partnerships, who enters to operate, institutional language, terms like stability, transition, energy security, energy price volatility. If it moves, the market is reacting. That's the point. Geopolitics isn't understood through theater. It's understood through flows. On stage, you have the narrative: democracy, order, justice, security. But outside the frame, where fewer people look, are the real levers: energy, routes, finance, industrial deals. The trick, if you want to understand power, is simple. Don't stare only at what you're being told to watch. Always ask, which lever changes behavior? And in Venezuela's case, the most obvious lever is still energy. Free takeaways. Venezuela isn't only about Venezuelan politics. It can become global chessboard material. Oil isn't just money. It's power, inflation, stability, leverage. The real game shows up in flows, licenses, routes, investments, agreements. In the next episode, we'll go practical. Who wins and who loses if Venezuela's energy flows shift, and what it means for prices, markets, the dollar, US, China strategy. If you want this kind of analysis, subscribe to The Explainer. Here we track where power is moving and where the money follows. See you in the next one.